This is Turd Flinging Monkey for TFM News. I'm going to be responding to an article from New York Mag called What Open Marriage Taught One Man About Feminism, written by Michael Sonmore. This is a sad story of a poor male feminist who really just doesn't know what's going on. I'm going to read portions of the article so that you hear in his own words what's going on, and then I'm going to tell you what's really going on. So here's a guy, he's married, and he starts out talking about how his wife is on her second date of the week, her fourth date of the month, and that she goes out on these dates and has sex with other men. Let me read this paragraph directly. Quote, "Before my wife started sleeping with other men, I certainly considered myself a feminist, but I really only understood it in the abstract. When I quit working to stay at home with the kids, we'll come back to that in a minute, I began to understand it on a whole new level. I am an economically dependent house husband coping with the withering drudgery of child rearing. Now that I understand the reality of that situation, I don't blame women for demanding more for themselves in the life of the housewife." Unquote. Now he drones on for a little bit more to paint a picture, but I think that's one of the most telling paragraphs. A few paragraphs down he says, and I quote, "We married young. She'd had sex before me, but only with a handful of people a handful of times. She never had a boyfriend, never had a lover. I was the first man she ever had a chance to get to know intimately. By her mid-30s, having already had her children and entering her sexual prime, she felt keenly her lack of sexual experience. Happily for me, we were willing to talk about it, willing to ask if I'd be open to exploring other options. We opened a bottle of wine and started talking, and talking, and talking." He continues, "She didn't present it as an issue of feminism to me, but after much soul-searching about why the idea of my wife having sex with other men bothered me, I came to a few conclusions. Here we go. Strap in. Monogamy meant I controlled her sexual expression, and not to get all women's studies major about it, patriarchal oppression essentially boils down to a man's fear that a woman with sexual agency is a woman he can't control. We aren't afraid of their intellect or their spirit or their ability to bear children. We are afraid that when it comes time for sex, they won't choose us. This petty fear has led us as a culture to place judgments on the entire spectrum of female sexual expression. If a woman likes sex, she's a whore and a slut. If she only likes sex with her husband or boyfriend, she's boring and lame. If she doesn't like sex at all, she's frigid and unfeeling. Every option is a trap." Alright, so I'm going to spare you the rest. It's a bunch of bullshit. Alright, let me tell you what's really going on. This guy, he married this girl probably in their 20s because he mentions that she only had a handful of sexual partners before him. She was probably pretty young when they got married. And now she's in her mid-30s. They've been married for probably about 10 to 15 years. And now that he's a stay-at-home husband, now she feels this keen sense that she's missing out sexually. And now she wants to date and have sex with other men. This is hypergamy. She's looking to trade up. But she doesn't want to just trade up by divorcing her husband because she won't get any alimony. If this fucker had a job, she'd be in the divorce court right now taking him for child support and alimony. Because he's unemployed and staying with the kids, she doesn't want to take that option. So instead, she convinced him to allow her to date and have sex with other men so that she can find a better man than him to trade him in for. That's exactly what's going on. And how do I know this? I don't know these people at all. How do I know this is the case? Women don't care about sexual variety. A dick is a dick, and in fact, they have things called dildos. If your wife wanted to know what a 12-inch black cock felt like, she could buy a 12-inch black dildo and you could just use it on her. Women don't cheat to experience different lengths and girths of penises. They cheat to trade up. They cheat to see what else is out there. They cheat because they think they can do better than you. Now here's a woman in her mid-30s. Her sexual marketplace value is going down. She's about to hit the wall. This is her last best chance to get a decent man. The man she's with, the man she's been with for at least 10 years, is a stay-at-home beta bitch. And she's looking to get rid of him. She's looking to trade up. So now that he's a stay-at-home beta bitch, and he's not providing anything, and he's financially dependent on her, she can't divorce him because she might have to pay him alimony. She may lose custody of her daughter because he's the one nurturing her. That may actually work against her. So instead of just divorcing him like most women would, she is going the route of open marriage. And she's getting dug out by 2 guys a week, according to this article. 8 guys a month. This guy is just watching his wife get fucked by 8 guys a month. And he's okay with that because he's a feminist. Either 2 things are going to happen. Either she doesn't find Mr. Right, and she goes back to her beta, not even provider, just a beta bitch. And she's going to resent him. She's going to blame him. The marriage probably still isn't going to work. She's probably going to divorce him later. She's going to still be on the prowl. I mean, the fact that she's out getting dug out by other guys means she doesn't give a shit about this man. She's going to be looking for someone better, but it's going to be harder for her to do that as her sexual marketplace value diminishes as she gets older. So she may stay with him. There's your prize. Congratulations, dude. You get this woman who doesn't love you, who's looking for anyone to dump you for, but she may settle for you. Congratulations. That's your best case scenario. Now, your worst case scenario is she finds Mr. Right on one of these dates, and she divorces you. Now, because you're unemployed and you're taking care of the kids, she may give you the kid. She may not take you for alimony and child support, which is fine. I mean, that's not the worst thing that can happen. You wanted a woman that would actually stay with you and love you and take care of you and all that fun stuff. You probably volunteered to be the stay-at-home husband because you're a feminist, because you believe gender is just a social construct and all this other bullshit. No, female nature does not work that way. You're being totally used, and this woman's going to fuck you over while she gets fucked by other guys. And holy shit, I just have to say it. How could you have your wife come to bed with you, kiss her goodnight with the taste of another man's cock on her lips? Holy fucking shit. Anyway, this is like a PSA to male feminists. Do you realize that this is what you're signing up for? I understand that, as a beta male feminist, that you weren't born with the best genes. You're not the biggest or the strongest or the most handsome. You're not the most intelligent or the most successful. God damn it, you're going to be a nice guy. You're going to be there for her. You're going to be supportive to her. You are making a huge mistake. Women are not attracted to those things. You think they are because men want a helpful, supportive woman. So you think that women want a helpful, supportive man. They don't. They'll settle for you, which is what this woman did, but she's obviously having buyer's remorse 10 years after the fact and looking to get rid of this guy. And this poor fuck, he is playing right into it. He's happily playing along with it. He writes about how this is like a trust exercise, and while she goes out and has sex with other men, he's just worried that she might fall in love. It's like, holy shit, you are so deluded. Again, as a PSA to male feminists, do you realize that this is what you're signing up for? I understand that this is a reproductive strategy, that you're going to be the nice guy, you're going to get the girl over the douchebags and the rich guys and the better looking guys, because this woman's eventually going to realize that she wants a kind, supportive husband and she's going to settle for you. That's your master plan to achieve reproductive success. But look at what this actually means. Sure, you may get the girl. She may say yes when you propose. She may walk down the aisle. She may say, I do. But then she's going to say, oh, I want to get dug out by other men. And since you're a feminist, you don't want to oppress my sexuality, do you? So of course you're going to let her. And the whole time she's out getting dug out, she's going to be looking for other men. She's going to be looking for a man to dump you for. Again, if this man had a job, she wouldn't be bothering with this open marriage shit. She would just divorce him and take his money in alimony while she shopped around for another man. She's only doing this because she won't get alimony. She may not even get child support or custody because the man is the one taking care of the kids, and that can be argued in court. So she's kind of in a creek. She's worried that she may lose in the divorce court and family court situation. So she's pulling this open marriage shit, and the guy's playing along with it. In the end, all this is about is hypergamy. This woman is looking for a better man. This poor fuck is playing along with it, letting her go have sex with other men multiple times a week. Now, the average married couple has sex about twice a week, and she's going out and having dates with other men twice a week. So that's where her sex is. So this guy's probably not even getting laid at all. He's just not even a beta male provider. He's just a baby male babysitter. She's going in and having sex with other men, coming home and talking to him like they're friends. He's in the friend zone, and he's her fucking husband. So holy shit. I don't even know what to say. If you're a male feminist and this is like your strategy to get the girl to use male feminism and to be like rah gender equality, is this what you want? Is this your end game, to be the beta male bitch to this feminist whore? To have your wife just cheat on you and guilt you into going along with it while she's looking for a better deal than you? Is this the life that you're fighting for? It says in the article that he's allowed to sleep with other women if he wants. He does say that he's done it before, but he doesn't do it as much as his wife. Well, of course not. Women don't have sex just to have sex, with very rare exceptions. Guys will have sex for whatever. They don't give a shit. But a woman has sex to try to get something. So a man who's in an open marriage doesn't have a lot to offer a woman. What I find extremely telling is if they just wanted an open marriage and they wanted it to be equal, they would go to like swingers parties or couple swaps and stuff like that, where they would both be having sex with different people. But that's not what's going on. They're not going to these couple parties. She is going on dates with other men while he stays home and watches the kids. He's free to, try to find women to hook up with himself. But of course, women aren't interested in him because he's already married and doesn't have a fucking job. What woman is going to want to date and fuck this married man with no job? None. So of course he's not going to get any action for himself. It's all going to go to her. It's so clear. It's so fucking clear what's going on. My message is to these male feminists, realize that this is the deal. This is what you're signing up for. This is your best case scenario. You're going to marry the feminist of your dreams. You're going to build this relationship on gender equality and egalitarianism, and you're just going to get fucked over in the end. I guarantee it. Like the Men's Warehouse commercial. You're going to get fucked over. I guarantee it. So fuck this guy. This guy's a lost cause. I'm not trying to reach him. I'm trying to reach these male feminists in their early 20s, in the college. Maybe they have their eye on the cute feminist with the braided armpit hair. And they think that if they're really nice and wear the fedoras just right, that she'll look past his unattractiveness and lack of income, and she'll settle for him because he's a nice guy. She may settle for you. She'll cheat on you and she'll leave you, but she'll settle for you for a while. That's the best she can do. Realize what you're signing up for, guys. Really, really think about it. Is this what you want? Is this really what you want? Anyway, this is Turd Flinging Monkey signing off.